Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a while since I've been able to put out a video because of my spine. Some bone fragments have broke off of the vertebrae of my back and are sticking in the transference nerve canal. And it is an incredible pain. Today it wasn't that bad. The temperature's like 70 degrees. Some of you have been asking me, where can I catch big shellcracker in cold weather? Well, you want to catch them in openings coming into lakes, coming off the main river, usually where it's deep. Now, the river's up right now tremendously. I'd be down there another 30 foot if the water was normal. So they may be back here where normally it's too shallow for them, or they may be over here in the deep water, but we're going to find them. Got you guys a new rod here. Ugly Stick has put like a bite action tip on this. Look how noodly that is. Onto a medium action rod. So it should make it a little easier and a whole lot more fun to pull them big ones out. But let's go fishing, guys. Before I can get the camera back on, one picked it up that quick. Nice bluegill. No, it's silk. Yeah, it's bluegill. That's a nice eating size, which is what we come after. JB said he wanted some fish for lunch tomorrow, didn't you? Now they're going to be a lighter color this time of the year, guys. Look at here, bees. Look at him, he's drooling. He said, Michael, I like it. Look at her. Look at him smiling. He said, I like it, Michael. Oh, the camera's, yeah, the angle's right. We're just going to slide him in the bucket for a few minutes. Now, all I did was just took that worm right on the end like that, with just enough weight to get it down there to keep the current from pulling it. I'm kind of at a disadvantage because of this tree right here. I can't get it on out there where I wanted it. But right on the other side of that tree is real deep. And that water is so cold. Boy, that fish was cold. Right over in there. And I know it's real deep right there. And it takes it a while for it to get to the bottom. I think it's finally there. And I just left it there for a second. And then I just move it just a little bit. Not as much as I do during the summertime where I'm moving it nonstop. Now I'm going to keep it moving, but I'm going to let it sit there longer this time of the year than I would. And then I just watch the line. He's got it. Look at there. Look at there. Oh, guys, I have missed this. I thought about making y'all a video every day. Oh, and I can't tell you how good it feels on this rod. I paid $42 for this rod. It's a GX2. 7 foot, 6 to 15 pound. It says the action is medium, but I promise you this end down here, that's a light action on the end. And I like, oh, these are bluegill too. That's your grandma's favorite, bees, bluegill. It is. What I do with the worms? I bet I'm sitting on them. I got to get back up. Bending kills me, guys. It truly does. I try to go as easy as I can on that pain medication because that stuff causes a lot of issues too. I may go to using half worms here in a second because I lost my first one that I put on. I put it right in that tree. I've had that Daiwa reel there for years and I've never used it, and it's new and it'll cast real smooth. We're gonna get right over there in that deep hole and just let her go to the bottom. Now, there's a lot of current that eddies around in here, but it's not as bad when the water's high as it is when it's low. That one's done got it. Oh, I missed him. I bet he got the bait. Sure did. Look at there. He got everything but the lips. All right. Well, we have found them. Let me get rigged back up and we'll get back in there after him. All right, I got it re-rigged and got it back out there. I say re-rigged, I needed to put another weight on. It's still getting to the bottom. All right, I think we're on the bottom now. Yep, he's picked it up. Oh, and I missed him again. I was trying to see, they're biting really aggressive, and that tells me they're stacked up in there and they're hungry. Because they're not hitting it on the fall, on the drop, but they're hitting it before I even, start moving it. So that tells me there's a good number in there. Doesn't mean every bite's going to be a big one or even a keeper, but just going to move it just a little bit with the end of the rod. He's got it. I'm going to let him go with it. And I missed him 3 times in a row. I think what it is, guys, I'm afraid to move my spine too much. That pain will catch you in your hip, your backside, and all the way down your leg when it starts. Now, yesterday it wasn't bad. I didn't have to take a pain pill all day. And I laid down last night, and as soon as I laid down, the fight was on. All right, we're on the bottom. Just a few little, there's a big old tree stump right in there. I don't want them to get me in that. All right. Okay, that was current that time. That's a fish. Got him. Oh, that's a good fish there. I can keep him out of that. Oh yeah, much. I like this rod, guys. They feel so good on this rod. Look at them. Another bluegill. Cold weather bluegill. Oh, and they are cold. They so cold you don't even hear them flipping in this bucket, do you? It's a 5-minute walk, even at my speed, to the truck. It wouldn't be that good, but the duck hunters have beat down a good path, and from there it's 5 minutes home. But I'll get some water on them in just a minute. I'm not gonna let them go bad. It's a blessing. Get about a dozen up here real quick and get y'all a video shot and go home and put it up for you. Well, I may not do that till in the morning. I think today's the 29th. And being overcast, sometimes that can be a good thing, and sometimes it can be a bad thing. One just thumped it. I'm gonna let him have it. Got him. It's a little different technique than in the summer months, and I knew he was gonna get me around that. Oh man, come on. Oh, maybe he'll swim off there. He's still on there. Maybe he'll swim us off of there. There's a whole bunch of little roots right at the edge of the bank in the bottom. Oh, we got him. He wasn't even that big, but that's a shellcracker. That's a different beast than a bluegill. I mean, bluegills fight hard, but they didn't fight as hard as this guy here did. I want my hook back, fella. Thank you. He's big as my hand. There's a lot of meat on that fish. We're gonna keep him. I ain't had none in a few months, guys. Thought my pistol fell off my back. Something bumped behind me. With that temperature being up above 60 degrees, of course it won't be in another hour, but them snakes like to pop their heads out, and I can't move too good right now. Tomorrow I gotta, if he's got a vacant spot to put it, I gotta take the boat to the repairman, get that all done up. One day I'm gonna sell it and get me something lighter, and the next day I'm gonna hang on to it forever. It's a good boat and I hate to get rid of it, but my fish didn't do that. Michael done it. There we go. Well, got out of one of them. Right on the edge, there's just, see, like these roots right here, there's a million of them little fingerly like roots sticking out. It's only 6-pound test line, so, but I knew I was gonna have to snap it. I get talking and forget. When you know that kind of stuff's there, if you come on up quick, you usually won't get hung. But y'all gonna have to forgive me because I'm out of practice. But what I was telling you is, yeah, YouTube wasn't circulating my videos because my silly self didn't put the tax information in. But I never saw that email for months and months. So no matter what video I put up, they were letting me get around 500 views, and then the video just wasn't there. I mean, I could find it. But last year, before I put in to be monetized, we came to this spot last year and shot a video very similar to this. I didn't like it. I almost didn't put it up. It got 20,000 views overnight. So I guess maybe they just were real busy and didn't send me that email for a while. And by the time I got that sent in, then they sent me a thing saying, you know, you need to. So now they're saying that I've got to add a website. So I guess I'm gonna look at getting some t-shirts. I don't really want to use a weight that big, but I did. And but the tax information's done. They've got the payment information. They've tested the bank account out. Now they put 20 cents in to see, you know, and then you got to put the exact number in that they deposited. And I appreciate them doing that because, you know, I've had stuff stolen, and I can stomach a lot, but I can't stomach a thief. I'm not the kind of guy. Which, Andy, if you see this video and you're doing okay, I wish you'd let me know. I hadn't heard from you in a couple months. One just picked it up. He's swimming back with it. And right in that stuff we went. Now, let's see if he's still on there. Nope. That's all right, we got out of it. Don't even have to re-rig. Now you can leave the weight at the end and fish it like a jig, and I'm gonna tie some squirrel tail jigs. I took JB, I did take him hunting. Some of you asked me if I ever took him hunting. Not for deer, but I did take him squirrel hunting. And I heard 3 squirrels, saw 1. Of course, I got him the one that I saw, and he was happy. Just a pig in slop. Boy, he was happy. He got to hunt in the snow we had down here. Of course, I probably didn't sleep 2 hours the next 3 days for pain, but anyway, I hope they circulate this video, because this is not a real complicated technique. You leave it sit there maybe up to a minute, And when you know they're stacked up in there and you don't have a hit, just that little movement with that weight bouncing on the bottom, and then just leave it for 20 seconds if you want to, 2 minutes, whatever you like, because this is not hard to do, and one's trying to swim back with it. I don't know if the camera's picking that line up or not, but I'm gonna let him go. Got him. I kind of came up quick with him. Oh, you swallowed it, you rascal. You weren't supposed to do that. Well, you know what? I think you're going to be fine. You're a little bit bloody, but I think you're going to be fine. That water's awful cold. I got some catfish bait in the freezer. And as soon as that water gets right, I'm going to take y'all to some places that you hadn't seen yet. I'm going to get my Alabama fishing license. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, when I have that surgery, if they have to put hardware in for 12 weeks, I don't know what type of videos that I'm going to shoot. I don't know what I'll be able to do. He said, you know, you won't be able to drive. So, you know, you won't be able to bend over, you know, all this kind of thing. So, but I'm hoping that he can just go in and get those bone fragments out of the way, and you know, get them out of there. And then we I think one might have picked it up on the way down, guys. I just got it thrown back out there. I needed to get off this bucket there for a few minutes and move around. I managed to get it way on out there that time, so now the current's going to move it for us a little bit, and that will help you, but it doesn't quite do the same thing as you bouncing that weight up off that bottom. And you got to remember, wintertime fishing is, you know, you can still catch them at a pretty good click, but it's not going to be as fast as, you know, when that water temperature is 70 degrees and it's, you know, 85 air temperature. But you can still have a great time and come home with a mess of fish. Up there he is. And what I did there was lower the tip of the rod so he didn't feel any resistance against him. And he's not taking it and hauling off with it like a shellcracker loves stuff that's moving, which is kind of weird because one of their favorite foods is, well, shellfish. That's how they get the nickname shellcracker. For you guys up north, you know, it's a red-eared sunfish. It's just that they get a whole lot bigger. I'm kind of getting used to this thing now. Getting used to throwing around that tree. I've fished a lot of those northern lakes, and there's some big old bluegill in there, and sometimes you get into some big shellcracker, but maybe it was just the ones that I fished. It seemed like the shellcracker were stunted. You know, they'd get maybe a quarter pound to, you know, a big one would be a half pound. I pulled probably a dozen off this river last year that were 3 pounds. There he is. As soon as I quit moving it, he quit messing with it. There he goes. Got him. That's a good one too. Oh, Michael. I let back. I guess I just didn't give him enough time. I just didn't get that hook set. Yep. Well, I said I was getting used to it, didn't I? That Spanish moss Can you believe people used to pack their beds with that stuff? Well, this one's so skinny, we just gonna use the whole worm. They don't put but about 20 in a cup anymore. And once that thing hits the bottom, I'm gonna walk it back through that deep hole, because I am convinced there's a big, I don't want to leave till I got that great big one. I want to see what it's like on this rod, that's why. I heard you, yeah, you said why. I heard you. I heard that too. I'll tell you guys what, I put up that little short video of about that guy stealing my wallet. It bothered me that he done it right in front of me. But I caught a ton of hate from people. One person said, "You live in America and that's the worst thing you got to worry about?" Let somebody steal your wallet right in front of you with your credit cards, and it was like $176 in my wallet, and you know, that stings. You don't want to lose that, but yeah, it bothered me. Everybody's worried about what Trump's gonna do. Listen, Trump ain't gonna be that bad. I would do things. Oh, that's a good fish there now, guys. That's a good fish. That feels more like a catfish. A lot of tail beats, head shakes. Look at him. JB, big fish, big fish. Big fish, bees. Big fish. Oh, look at there. There's your catfish fillet. You gonna go get him? You gonna get him? Well, let's bring him up here. Ordinarily, I wouldn't have done that, guys, but I'm really not supposed to be bending over. And I'm gonna tell you something on a catfish. If you'll lock that bottom jaw down like that, they can't bite you. But yeah, that technique works on every species on this river. Yeah, we're gonna keep you. I'll go ahead and give you guys a little view here. What we got. On just that little bit of worm right there. We may ought to come out here when it comes down just a little more and do some catfishing. It's a spot that I can get to, guys, so if you see it a few times this year, now you won't see it in the heat of the summer unless we're in here in a boat. That sun gonna line up due west straight down this river. Let that get to the bottom. I think we're there. Yep, there's one. Got him. Better one. Feels like it anyway. I like this rod. Look at that thing. It's gonna be a bluegill. Yeah, bluegill. You're right on the verge, dude. But we're gonna keep you. Now don't splash me. They'll live in that little bit of cold water in that bucket for a long. They'll still be alive when I get them home. And I can't con her into cleaning them because she's got to go to work tonight. I'm not hurting real bad right now at this particular moment, but if I was hurting real bad, I would just ice them down and take care of them in the morning. But this pain has been no fun. I mean, it's being stabbed is the only way that I know how to. He got it, but he got me in there. Dead burn. There we go. Good. Something got that bluegill I threw back. Probably a nice bass. Now we picked up that catfish right there. Now you want to talk about something that tastes good this time of the year? Catfish is best caught out of cold water, guys. I was trying to think of some of the questions that y'all was asking me. But yeah, I did get all kind of hate, but that one person, and somebody said to me, you know, and when you're telling me that the Bible says if somebody demands something from you, you're supposed to just give it to them. Listen, if he'd have told me, hey dude, I don't have a dollar to my name, you know, I'll do this work for you, but I'd have been like, man, you know, how much can I help you with? But the nightmare was getting the driver's license replaced, because Florida wants 2 picture IDs and this, that, and the other, and I'm like, luckily the officer gave me a card, and when they didn't want to accept that, I called him, and I knew you were a little one. He called him and said, hey, and I wished I could remember his name, because I'd sure like to give him a shout out, but I cannot remember his name right now. But that card made it a lot easier. And of course, in this county, you get the Tallahassee 2-step no matter what you do. If you're dealing with the government in this county, you're going to get the Tallahassee 2-step. The county next to us, which is right across the river, went over there and the whole thing took 15 minutes. And I even went ahead and updated the sticker on my tag. There he is. He hit that one pulling. That's a spider there now. Okay, look at where that rod bends. I recommend these rods, guys. I ain't sponsored by this company. Hint, hint. You know, Ugly Stick, if you're watching. This one's a fighter. You're not gonna get down there and get me in that stuff and get me home. Nope, you're not. There's a nice female shellcracker. No, it's a male. Yeah, don't you stick me. Look at there. He's bigger than my hand. And they're fat. They're fat because they've had high water all winter. Well, I say all winter. Now you guys watched some duck hunters take me and JB out of a slough like that and across over there. I knew I was getting sick while I was sitting there fishing. When you're catching nice crappie and you're missing them intentionally because you just don't have enough energy to. But boy, I tell you what, I was so grateful to them fellas, and if y'all are watching, thank you again. Y'all don't get me soaking wet now. That water is ice cold. It's probably, that water's probably in the 40s right now. but it's the time of the evening. Big shellcracker on this river up to about 10 a.m. in the morning, and from the last hour and a half before dark. I mean, you can catch a few big ones up during the day, but there he is. I'd have lowered the tip center because he felt that tension on him. We missed him. We'll get him. We'll get him. He ain't going anywhere. That's another reason that you see wounds on fish when they all get bunched up like this. There's so many of them that those big predator fish just. But don't ball your bait up on the hook. You know, I grew up doing that because that's what I was shown how to do as a kid. That's natural right there. And it's going to look natural out there. But if you ball it all up, that's not a natural presentation. I'm going to tie some of them squirrel tail jigs. I save that tail off that squirrel for him. We don't give JB the tails because, well, it's not a trophy to him. He's going to eat it. He had some fun with her. He brought that squirrel in the house and went back there. She had laid down, had a headache. He jumped up in the bed with her with that squirrel in his mouth. And she said, "Give me that nasty thing." And he'd, She said, "Michael, he's growling at me." I said, "No, he ain't. He's wanting to play." We had sat down at a base of a tree, and I'm going to put that video up. Oh, I don't know, maybe 30 yards from me. And there was a split in the tree, and he was way up at the top of it. And I was like, "No, I ain't a squirrel." And then when I went, just as I was starting to move my head back, it moved its head. And that was the only one I saw, but I really couldn't, walk and look. And I know that the duck hunters like to squirrel hunt too, and when they can't find the ducks, they go after the squirrels. So the easy ones are all been got. I tell you what breaks my heart though is to see somebody shoot a deer and take just the choice cuts of meat off of it and leave the rest of it. Yep, he nailed all. And what we're gonna try that little piece right there. You don't always have to have a big bait. Okay, we just fell back in some deeper water. There's kind of a narrow channel out there, and that's what I'm trying to. There he is. You are not going to get me over and get me home. That's what I like about this rod here. They still feel wonderful on it, but you can steer them. And these shellcracker, I see where something, you're all healed up though, something nailed you at some point. They get massive. Now this is a bluegill here, but, and that crappie rod, you couldn't turn him. Well, he's a nice one. A couple more here. It won't hurt to fry up a couple more. I like to fry mine in peanut oil when I can find it on sale. Wish I'd gone a little further out. Just slow it down a whole lot more. That's really all you got to do. Sometimes if they're really bunched up, you can just throw it out and hold your rod and if you're using a cork, you're going to see it start walking backwards. Like, see, one just popped it right there. I like to watch that line. He popped it, but he didn't yeah, there he is. I had to give him a little bit. He's got a little fight to it. Oh yeah, come here, dude. Oh, I wished I could tell y'all how that feels on this rod. It's so, you know, that's a better fish. Don't lose him, Michael. Oh yeah, here we go, guys. We're gonna end it on this one. Come on, come here. That's a good shellcracker. I just had to slow it way down and keep it moving. I barely get my hand around him. Get my thumb in that mouth here and try to show you guys. That ain't no 3-pounder, but he's a nice one. He's about a pound. Real nice one. Let me see if I can lose this bait, JB. It's hard for me to quit. I don't care what kind of fishing I'm doing. Hey, you reckon Bigfoot's out? Or did the duck hunters run him off? There's one. My line backing up. Got him. Another. Got a little bit of weight to him. That's a fighter too. Dude, you made me think you was something. You are a fat chunk though. All right, guys. We have got plenty of footage. We got plenty of fish. I'll show you here in a second. I lost my bait. I got to keep my word to JB. Some little worms were crawling out, but they're not in that. Get all my junk picked up here. Wore that hook out. Gotta loosen this back up. That could have been a disaster. I tightened it up to get us out of that hang a while ago. But yeah, this is just an Ugly Stick GX2, medium action. But that tip, look at that. That's just as noodly. But as you guys could see, you can pull them out of some structure. You can get them out of there with it, and that's what I really like about it. So to me, yeah, although I don't usually do that, it was worth the money. But I've been buying a few things along to make some videos with, and like I say, we may if I can find the fuel for that cold weather hit, and they were buying every type of fuel up that they possibly could, and I don't blame them. But if I can find the fuel for it, we may cook these things up at the end of the road down there. Or some cool place. Guys, I have thoroughly enjoyed making this for y'all. I needed to get out and do this. I was hurting so bad when I got here, but I feel rejuvenated. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Share the videos if you will. I mean, to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and, you know, especially if you're on your phone, it only takes just a few seconds. It doesn't cost anything, and it helps us out a lot, and I sure would appreciate it. Because if we can start making some money at this, then it would be worth me doing full time, and there's a million places that I know to go. Not just on this river, but not just in this state. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna take care of my health, and I'll keep you guys informed, and I'm gonna put up that little hunting video too of JB getting his squirrel. He scared the tar out of me when I shot that thing. I thought I was going for a ride. That boy needed a squirrel, so I'm gonna ease out of here and see if I can maybe see one that's close enough that I can get for him with this pistol. My old eyes aren't as good as they used to be. Guys, thank y'all so much, and we will see y'all again soon. Go ahead and show you guys here real quick. I forgot to do it, so I'm going to go ahead and show you here. Pull the majority of this water out, because I don't want to have to took that all the way out of here. Uh-oh. But see, I got a good plenty, and I threw back probably 5 times that money, and some of them good size. I know that catfish is gonna be good, but there's enough water in there that they'll still be alive when I get home. Anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for watching. Put this stuff down in here and it'll weigh them down and they won't splash too much. Hey, get off the rod, dude. It's your rod, but come on. He says, I'm ready. Hey, I gotta hook you to me. That is the law, dude. I mean, I could hold the leash, but I'm less likely to fall if I hook him to me. He keeps a good pressure on me. All right, come here, son. Guys, we'll see y'all on the next one. Come here.